to welcome you to our tour today. For those of you who don't know me very well, my name is Kelsey and I am originally from Chicago. And my husband and I moved to Valencia, Spain last February. We're loving it, it's beautiful, and I have been taking quite a few trips lately, so this is one of the beautiful places that I am so excited to bring you to. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Manchester. Nestled in the heart of England's northwest, Manchester stands as a vibrant metropolis brimming with history, culture, and innovation. From its humble beginnings as a Roman settlement to its rise as an industrial powerhouse during the Industrial Revolution, Manchester has continuously evolved, shaping its identity as a dynamic urban center. Today, it boasts a rich tapestry of architectural wonders, bustling streets lined with shops and eateries, and a diverse population that reflects its cosmopolitan spirit. As a hub of creativity and enterprise, Manchester beckons visitors with its world-class museums, thriving music scene, and legendary football culture, offering an unforgettable blend of tradition and modernity in every corner of its bustling streets. And next, because we are speaking English, let me give you a little bit of history about the English language itself and how it became so popular with such a diverse vocabulary. The English language has a rich history that spans over a millennium, evolving from the Germanic dialects brought to Britain by Anglo-Saxon settlers in the early Middle Ages. Following the Norman conquest of 1066, French became the language of the nobility and government, leading to a period of linguistic fusion known as Middle English, which incorporated French vocabulary into the existing Anglo-Saxon framework. Some of these words still exist today, including words like chance. The invention of the printing press in the 15th century by William Caxton facilitated the standardization and spread of the English language, with the publication of the first printed books in English contributing to its widespread use and accessibility. Throughout history, English has continued to evolve, absorbing words and influences from various languages and cultures, including Latin, Greek, French, and, more recently, global languages due to the British Empire's expansion and the influence of technology and globalization. Some interesting facts for you about the English language. Its global influence. English is the third most spoken language in the world, with over 1.5 billion speakers worldwide, making it a dominant force in the international communication, business, and culture. Shakespearean legacy. William Shakespeare, often regarded as the greatest playwright in the English language, contributed over 1,700 words to the English lexicon, including eyeball, lonely, and bedazzled. The alphabet. The English alphabet consists of 26 letters derived from the Latin alphabet introduced to Britain by Christian missionaries in the 7th century. Borrowed words. English has borrowed words from over 350 languages, including French, Spanish, Arabic, and Hindi, enriching its vocabulary and reflecting its multicultural heritage. Palindromes. English contains numerous palindromic words and phrases such as level, race car, and a man, a plan, a canal, Panama. Oxymorons. English is home to many amusing oxymorons such as jumbo shrimp, deafening silence, and virtual reality, which combine contradictory terms for a rhetorical effect. Dialects. English has numerous dialects and regional variations, including British English, American English, Australian English, and so many more, each with its own unique vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. It is ever changing. The English language is constantly evolving, with new words and expressions entering the lexicon regularly, reflecting changes in technology, society, and culture. Some differences between American English and British English I thought you might find amusing. First of all, spelling. American English, we often do not include the U in words with an OUR ending. Color, for example. Vocabulary. American English, you might hear truck. With British English, you might hear lorry. Collective nouns. In American English, you'll hear the team is winning. British English, you'll hear the team are winning. Preposition. On the weekend in America and at the weekend in Britain. Verb forms. American English, I have gotten better. British English, I have got better. Slang. American English, trash can. British English, rubbish bin. Idioms. American English, hit the sack or go to bed. And British English, hit the hay. I do have to say I have heard both of these, but still interesting nonetheless. So here are 10 distinctive British phrases that Americans, like myself, do not typically use. Bob's your uncle. Used to emphasize how easy something is. Taking the mickey. Teasing or making fun of someone. Chuffed to bits, extremely pleased or delighted. Gobsmacked, utterly astonished or shocked. Trolleyed, very drunk or intoxicated. Having a chin wag, having a chat or conversation. Twee, overly quaint, charming, or excessively sentimental. Waffle as a verb, talking aimlessly or rambling on. Codswallop, nonsense or rubbish. Arse over tit, falling over clumsily or in a spectacular manner. What's your favorite British phrase? Let me know in the comments below. While we explore this beautiful location, let me give you a little bit of background about England's history and how it became the nation that we know today. In ancient times, England was inhabited by various Celtic tribes, including the Britons, who were known to the Romans as the Britannia. These tribes lived in small settlements and practiced agriculture, animal husbandry, and craftsmanship. Around the year 43, the Roman Empire invaded Britain under the command of Emperor Claudius, initiating a period of Roman rule that lasted nearly 4 centuries. During this time, Roman influence spread across England, leading to the construction of roads, cities, and fortifications, such as Hadrian's Wall in the north to defend against the Pictish raids. During the Roman Empire, England experienced significant cultural, social, and economic integration with the wider Roman world. Roman towns and cities such as Londinium, or modern-day London, became bustling centers of trade and administration. The Romans introduced advanced agricultural techniques, built infrastructure such as baths and amphitheaters, and established a network of roads connecting different parts of the province. Moreover, Roman influence extended beyond material culture, shaping language, law, and religion in England. London, during the Roman period, was known as Londinium. It was founded by the Romans shortly after their invasion of Britain in the year 43 and quickly grew into a thriving urban center. Londinium served as a major port and commercial hub, facilitating trade between Britain and the rest of the Roman Empire. The city boasted impressive structures, including a forum, temples, and public baths, indicating its importance as a political, economical, and cultural hub of Roman Britain. The name Londinium likely derived from a Celtic word meaning wild or uninhabited, reflecting its early origins as a settlement established by the Romans on the banks of the River Thames. Following the decline of the Roman Empire in the 5th century, England entered a period known as the Dark Ages, characterized by political fragmentation, invasions by various Germanic tribes, and the gradual retreat of Roman influence. During this time, Anglo-Saxon kingdoms emerged, each vying for supremacy over the island. The conversion to Christianity, spearheaded by missionaries such as Augustine of Canterbury in the 6th century, brought about significant changes in English society and culture. The subsequent centuries saw the consolidation of Anglo-Saxon power, marked by the rise of powerful kingdoms known as Mercia, Northumbria, and Wessex. The Viking invasions of the 8th and 9th centuries further shaped England's destiny, leading to a period of conflict and eventual integration in between the Anglo-Saxons and Norse settlers. The reign of Alfred the Great, the King of Wessex, in the late 9th century saw the establishment of a unified Anglo-Saxon kingdom and the beginnings of a revival in learning and culture. This period laid the foundation for the later medieval period in England, setting the stage for the Norman conquest in 1066 and the subsequent transformation of English society and governance. After the Norman conquest, England underwent profound changes under Norman rule. William the Conqueror, the first Norman king of England, implemented a centralized system of governance, including Norman feudal institutions and reshaping English society. The Norman kings constructed castles, established a feudal system of land tenure, and commissioned the compilation of a Domesday Book, a comprehensive survey of landholdings and resources in England. This period also witnessed the infusion of Norman French culture and language into English society, leading to the emergence of Middle English as the lingua franca. In subsequent centuries, England experienced a period of political instability, dynastic conflicts, and territorial expansion. The Plantagenet dynasty, which ruled England from the 12th to the 15th century, saw the height of England's medieval power, with kings such as Richard the Lionheart and Edward I asserting English authority over Wales, Scotland, and parts of Ireland. The later Plantagenet period was marked by the Wars of Roses, a series of dynastic conflicts between rival branches of the Plantagenet family, culminating in the establishment of the Tudor dynasty in 1485. The Tudor monarchs, notably Henry VIII and Elizabeth I, oversaw the English Reformation, the expansion of English maritime power, and the flourishing of English Renaissance culture. Following the Tudor era, England experienced significant political, religious, and social upheavals during the Stuart period. The Stuart dynasty, which began with James I in 1603, faced challenges such as conflicts between Crown and Parliament, religious tensions, and civil wars. The English Civil War between 1642 and 1651 culminated in the execution of King Charles I and the establishment of the Commonwealth under Oliver Cromwell. However, the monarchy was restored in 1660, 9 years later, with the ascension of Charles II, leading to a period known as the Restoration. In the 18th and 19th centuries, England saw transformation into a global power through the Industrial Revolution, which brought about profound economic, social, and technological changes. Industrialization led to urbanization, the growth of cities such as Manchester and Birmingham, and the expansion of trade and commerce. The British Empire expanded rapidly, with England at its heart, establishing colonies and dominions across the globe. The Victorian era, named after Queen Victoria herself, was characterized by social reform, scientific progress, and cultural prosperity. However, it was also marked by social inequity, political tensions, and the rise of labor movements advocating for workers' rights. In the early 20th century, England faced the tumult of two world wars that profoundly shaped its trajectory. World War I from 1914 to 1918 saw England and its allies engage in a devastating conflict against the Central Powers, resulting in significant loss of life and economic hardship. The war's aftermath brought about societal changes, including the extension of voting rights to women and the restructuring of political boundaries in Europe. The interwar period was characterized by economic challenges and social unrest exacerbated by the Great Depression. However, England's resilience and determination laid the groundwork for its role in World War II from 1939 to 1945, where it played a critical part in the Allied victory against the Axis powers. The war transformed England's society and economy, leading to the emergence of the welfare state, increased government intervention in the economy, and the decline of its colonial power. England emerged from World War II as a key player on the global stage, facing challenges and opportunities of the post-war era with resolve and adaptation. Following World War II, England experienced a period of significant social and cultural change, often referred to as the post-war consensus era. The country underwent a process of reconstruction, focusing on rebuilding infrastructure and industries devastated by the conflicts. The establishment of the National Health Service, the NHS, in 1948 marked a milestone in social welfare, providing universal healthcare access to all citizens, regardless of their socio-economic status. In the latter half of the 20th century, England witnessed the decline of its manufacturing sector and the rise of the service economy, particularly in finance, technology, and entertainment. The swinging 60s brought about a cultural revolution characterized by youth-driven movements such as the Beatles-led British invasion in music and emergence of fashion trends like the miniskirt. England also grappled with political upheavals, including the decline of traditional party allegiances and the rise of new political ideologies. Additionally, the latter part of the century saw increased calls for devolution of powers, leading to the establishment of the Scottish Parliament and Welsh Assembly in the late 1990s, signaling a shift toward a more decentralized political landscape in the United Kingdom. In modern-day England, the country continues to navigate various social, economic, and political challenges while embracing its rich cultural heritage. The nation remains a global hub for finance, innovation, and culture, with cities like London serving as prominent centers for business, technology, and the arts. England's diverse population contributes to its vibrant multicultural landscape, fostering tolerance and diversity. However, the country also faces ongoing debates surrounding issues such as Brexit, immigration, racism, healthcare, and environmental sustainability. Despite these challenges, England remains resilient, with its people proud of their heritage and committed to shaping a prosperous and inclusive future for generations to come. All right, so while we walk, let me give you a little bit of history about Jane Austen, an English novelist known for her keen observation of the manners and morals of the British upper class. Born on December 16, 1775 in Steventon, Hampshire, England, Jane Austen was an English novelist, and her novels, including Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, and Emma, are celebrated for their wit, social commentary, and timeless characters. Despite receiving little recognition during her lifetime, Austen's works gained popularity in the decades following her death and have since become literary classics. Some interesting facts for you. Austen initially published her novels anonymously, with only a few family members even aware of her authorship during her time. Pride and Prejudice, Austen's most famous work, was initially titled First Impressions and was rejected for publication by several publishers before finally being accepted. Austen completed 6 major novels during her lifetime, including Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, and Persuasion. Austen's novels often explored themes of love, marriage, and social status, and the role of women in society, with a keen eye for nuances of human relationships. Austen's writing is characterized by its irony, humor, and astute observations of human behavior, earning her a reputation as one of the greatest novelists in the English language. Despite her success as a novelist, Austen never married and lived a relatively quiet life in rural England, where she drew inspiration from her surroundings and the people she encountered. Austen's novels have been adapted into numerous film, television, and stage productions, with Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility among the most popular adaptations. Jane's works have also inspired a devoted fan base known as Janeites, who celebrated her life and work through fan clubs, conventions, and other events. Austen's novels continue to be studied and analyzed by scholars and literary critics who explore themes such as feminism, class, and the role of the narrator in her works. Austen's legacy endures today, with her novels remaining beloved classics that continue to resonate with readers around the world, inspiring new generations of fans and adaptations. What is your favorite Jane Austen novel? Let me know in the comments below. Now, while we explore, let me tell you a little bit about the history of education in England, particularly about the University of Oxford. The University of Oxford, located in Oxford, is one of the oldest and most prestigious universities in the world, with a history dating back to the 12th century. It traces its origins to the teaching of scholars in the city as early as the year 1096, and by the late 12th century, it had evolved into a recognized institution of higher learning. The university's medieval colleges, such as University College, Balliol College, and Merton College, were established between the 13th and 15th centuries, shaping the distinctive collegiate system that Oxford is known for today. Throughout its history, the University of Oxford has been a center of intellectual and academic excellence, attracting scholars and students from around the world. Its alumni include numerous influential figures in various fields, including politics, literature, science, and the arts. The university's commitment to scholarship and research has led to groundbreaking discoveries and innovations, contributing to its global reputation for academic excellence. Despite its illustrious history and academic rigor, the University of Oxford is also known for its quirky traditions and fascinating anecdotes. Some info for you about the Oxford University. The University of Oxford is home to the Bodleian Library, one of the oldest libraries in Europe, with a collection dating back over 400 years. Oxford University Press, established in 1478, is the world's largest university press and publishes thousands of books and journals each year. The university's Botanic Gardens, founded in 1621, is the oldest botanic garden in Britain and one of the oldest scientific gardens in the world. Oxford is famous for its traditional May morning celebrations, including singing from the Magdalen Tower and Morris dancing in the streets. The Radcliffe camera, an iconic Oxford landmark, was designed by architect James Gibbs and completed in 1749 as part of the Bodleian Library complex. The university's Bodleian Law Library houses a collection of over 450,000 volumes and is one of the largest law libraries in the UK. Oxford's prestigious Rhodes Scholarship, established in 1902, allows exceptional students from around the world to study at this university. The annual Oxford-Cambridge Boat Race, first held in 1829, is one of the oldest and most famous rowing races in the world. The University of Oxford has produced numerous Nobel laureates, including physicist Sir Roger Penrose and chemist Dorothy Crowfoot Hodgkin. Oxford's iconic Dreaming Spires refer to the university's skyline of historic buildings, including the Radcliffe Camera, Sheldonian Theatre, and All Souls College. What an amazing place to visit! While we walk, let me tell you a little bit about the history of art and literature here in England. Art and lit have long been integral to the cultural identity of England, with a rich and diverse history that spans centuries. The roots of English literature can be traced back to the Anglo-Saxon period, with works such as the epic poem The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. The Renaissance period saw a flourishing of English literature marked by the works of playwrights like William Shakespeare, whose plays continue to be celebrated and performed around the world. The 18th and 19th centuries brought the Romantic movement, with poets such as William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and John Keats leaving an indelible mark on English literature. In the realm of art, England has produced some of the world's most renowned painters, from the pre-Raphaelites like Dante Gabriel Rossetti and John Everett Mallet, to the portrait artists of the Tudor period like Hans Holbein the Younger. The 18th century saw the rise of landscape paintings with artists like J.M.W. Turner, while the 19th century brought the Victorian era's sentimental and narrative art, exemplified by the works of Sir Lawrence Alma-Tama and the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. Despite its rich and storied history, English art and literature have also had their share of fascinating and quirky facts. Let me tell you some interesting tidbits. The first English novel is often considered to be Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe, published in 1719, which tells the tale of a castaway's adventures on a deserted island. The Bronte sisters, Charlotte, Emily, and Anne, were all accomplished novelists, with Charlotte's Jane Eyre, Emily's Wuthering Heights, and Anne's The Tenant of Wildfell Hall among their most famous works. The Harry Potter series, written by J.K. Rowling, has become one of the best-selling book series in history, captivating readers of all ages with its magical world and compelling characters. The Globe Theatre, famously associated with William Shakespeare, was originally built in 1599 but burned down in 1613 during a performance of Henry VIII. It was rebuilt the following year and operated until 1642, when it was closed by the Puritans. The iconic detective Sherlock Holmes was created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and first appeared in the novel A Study in Scarlet in 1887. The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer, written in the late 14th century, is a collection of stories told by pilgrims traveling to Canterbury Cathedral and offers a vivid snapshot of medieval life. Agatha Christie. Often dubbed the Queen of Crime, Agatha Christie is the best-selling novelist of all time, with over 2 billion copies of her books sold worldwide. The Harry Potter film series, based on J.K. Rowling's novels, has grossed over $7.7 billion worldwide, making it one of the highest-grossing film franchises in history. The British Library, located in London, is the largest national library in the world by number of items catalogued, with over 170 million items in its collections. The Turner Prize, established in 1984, is awarded annually to a British visual artist under the age of 50 and has become one of the most prestigious awards in contemporary art. In addition to its literary and artistic achievements, England boasts a rich tradition of theatre and performance. The West End in London is renowned for its world-class theatre productions, with famous venues like the Royal Opera House, the National Theatre, and Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, attracting audiences from around the globe. The West End is particularly celebrated for its musicals, with iconic shows like Les Miserables, The Phantom of the Opera, and The Lion King, captivating audiences for decades. English literature and art continue to evolve and inspire, with contemporary authors and artists making their mark on the global stage. From the experimental works of authors like Kazuo Ishiguro and Zadie Smith to the thought-provoking installations of artists like Damien Hirst and Banksy, England remains a vibrant hub of creativity and innovation. Whether exploring the streets of London's vibrant art scene or immersing ourselves in the pages of a classic English novel, the legacy of England's literary and artistic heritage continues to captivate and inspire audiences worldwide. Alright, so as we explore, let me tell you a little bit about architecture in England and how it became this beautiful location that it is today. Architecture in England spans centuries of history and reflects the country's diverse cultural influences and evolving architectural styles. During the medieval period, England was renowned for its majestic cathedrals and castles, such as Canterbury Cathedral and the Tower of London, which showcased intricate Gothic architecture characterized by pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and soaring spires. The Tudor era introduced distinctive timber-framed houses with their characteristic black and white facades, while the Georgian period saw the rise of elegant townhouses and neoclassical buildings influenced by ancient Roman and Greek architecture. The Industrial Revolution of the 18th and 19th centuries brought about significant changes in England's architectural landscape, with the emergence of Victorian architecture characterized by grand public buildings, terraced houses, and ornate railway stations. The arts and crafts movement, led by architects such as William Morris and Charles Rennie Mackintosh, sought to revive traditional craftsmanship and promote simplicity and functionality in design. In the 20th century, England embraced modernist architecture, with iconic structures like the Lloyd's Building in London and the Barbican Estate showcasing innovative design and geometric forms. Some interesting facts for you. The Houses of Parliament, also known as the Palace of Westminster, is one of the most iconic landmarks in England and features the famous Big Ben clock tower. The Tower of London, built by William the Conqueror in the 11th century, has served variously as a royal palace, a fortress, and a prison throughout its history. The city of Bath is renowned for its well-preserved Georgian architecture, including the famous Royal Crescent and the Roman-built baths. The Shard, located in London, is the tallest building in the United Kingdom and offers panoramic views of the city from its observation deck. The Gherkin, officially known as 30 St. Mary Axe, is a distinctive skyscraper in London's financial district, known for its unconventional shape and energy-efficient design. Stonehenge, a prehistoric monument located in Wiltshire, is one of the world's most famous archaeological sites and dates back over 4,000 years. The Brighton Pavilion, built for King George IV in the early 19th century, is a remarkable example of Indo-Saracenic revival architecture with its exotic domes and minarets. The Eden Project in Cornwall features a series of biomes housing plants from around the world, and it is housed within large translucent domes made of ETFE plastic. The Angel of the North, a contemporary sculpture located in Gateshead, England, is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the country, standing at 20 meters tall or 60 feet, with a wingspan of 54 meters or over 150 feet. The medieval city of York is famous for its well-preserved city walls, narrow cobbled streets, and iconic landmarks such as York Minster and the Shambles. Architecture in England varies widely, and it reflects the country's diverse cultural influences and evolving styles. What's your favorite type of architecture in England? So, in conclusion, Manchester stands as a beacon of diversity, innovation, and cultural richness in the heart of England. Its dynamic spirit, shaped by centuries of history and progress, continues to captivate visitors from around the globe. Whether exploring its iconic landmarks, immersing ourselves in its vibrant art scene, or simply soaking in the energy of its bustling streets, Manchester offers an unforgettable experience that leaves a lasting impression on all who visit. As the city looks toward the future with optimism and vitality, its allure as a destination of choice only grows stronger, promising endless discoveries and memorable moments for generations to come. What's your favorite part of Manchester? Let me know in the comments below. For a more in-depth look at this location, as well as over 100 locations around the world, check out my Explore with Kelsey tours in the Buy Me a Coffee links in the information below this video. Happy travels! Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for your donations, for your tips, for your PayPals. And as always, thank you for being a part of my traveling family. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye, everyone. Don't forget to follow and like this video for more with me, Explore with Kelsey.